Hey, good morning, Arkansas Youth Wrestling. We're joined today with the one and only Pat Smith. How you doing this morning, Pat?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Hey, we just coming off a great weekend. I see you got one of our Arkansas Youth wrestlers in the background there. Boone, how you doing this
Boone
morning,
Smith.
brother?
Good.
Do you have that ring from that Greenwood?
I sure do.
Can we see it?
Oh, yeah.
He's been wearing it every day.
That is awesome. Hey, Coach Smith, one of the things that's been awesome about this year is all the schools seem to have stepped up their award game. We've had a great year of not only wrestling, but clubs and parents and everybody. Our growth, our numbers are great. What's your thoughts on Arkansas wrestling so far this year?
I'm just blown away from this year. I've been doing this since 2007 when we started wrestling up in the state. Really officially started it up in the state. And I've never seen a year like this. Really, honestly, this is the best year I've ever seen us have as far as growth has gone. As far as the number of how the tournaments have just increased in numbers. I mean, all of the tournaments, and it's just so impressive. It's actually mind blowing that we have increased like we have this year from just last year and the past years. I know there's been some years like 3 to 4 to 5 years ago, we were really down in some numbers, and we're double right now in numbers of participation, and it's just really exciting to see this happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're a little even more than doubled on the last numbers. I was talking with Chelsea, your wife, who's helped a lot organize this, and we're over 1,300 USA registered athletes, 1311, I think, as of last week.
That's just, it's unbelievable.
It is.
It's unbelievable to see what we've done in just 1 year. I mean, just how it's grown in 1 year. I don't know what's in the water, what's happening. I think a lot has to do with our board that's really good getting out there and promoting it. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Just to give kudos to you and to the board members. They have just done a phenomenal job this year. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding of what you guys are doing. And it's really exciting to see. Arkansas wrestling is heading in the right direction. There is no question about it, that we are heading in the right direction. And I think it's just going to continue to grow. It's a great sport. I think the more people that get it, the more people that find out about the sport of wrestling, understand what it's about, they're going to put their kids in it, because once they do realize what the sport's about and what it does for their kids, who wouldn't put their kid in the sport of wrestling? Absolutely. I mean, all the great things and all the, I can get all into that and talk for 20 minutes about that, but just what the sport does for your child, I think people are starting to realize that as it's growing, and I think it'll continue to grow. The word will spread.
Absolutely. Speaking of great tournaments, great awards, Pat Smith Battle for the Rock, one of the oldest tournaments. We got the Rock. There's the Rock. Yeah.
Right there. That's
there
what
it
it's about right there.
What's some details on this year's battle, Coach?
Well, our deadline is tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 11 o'clock p.m. Is the deadline. So make sure everybody gets in and registers by tomorrow night at 11 p.m. We are having late registration. So if those of you that don't get in and don't get registered on time, there's always a few that trickle in that in any tournament that forgets. We've been one of them before. But there is late registration. It's staying open. I know there's Tulsa Nationals this weekend. I understand the fact that we've actually fell on top of that this year. But the fact is that I want everybody to know that those of you that are going to Tulsa Nationals, we're going to leave that late registration open in case. I hope it doesn't happen, but if you're out early in the tournament, you can come and register for our tournament and come on and swing by to our tournament as well. I hope I don't see any Arkansas kids, because I hope they're still in that Tulsa Nationals tournament.
Absolutely.
But if something does happen and they're out early, then they can get in a late registration for our tournament.
That's awesome, and that just again extends the ability to wrestle for that whole weekend instead of just being two and done out there in Tulsa. Hey, come on over to Little Rock. It's a straight shot. Once you get on 40, come right into town. actually in Conway, right?
Conway. So actually,
even
a lot
save you
closer.
30 miles.
Yeah, a lot closer.
Yeah. So and some of the competition, and we'll end on this, Coach, because we try to keep you short, get everybody get out to Pat Smith's Battle for a Rock. Hey, another thing about not just putting numbers, our quality of wrestling in Arkansas has continued to grow. And I know we talked about the board and what we're going, but I want to give kudos to our coaches. We're starting to see that. And you're from Oklahoma, in
Sure.
Oklahoma, your grandpa wrestled. So you're at the dinner table at Thanksgiving, he's hollering, and your grandma saying, I know wrestling. And we're starting to see that turnover. We got those boys from Williams Baptist up in Northwest Arkansas. They all just graduated, the Grigsbys. We're starting to see Arkansas wrestling beat up some Oklahoma and some Missouri and some, we're headed there. Coach, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, there's no question. We're heading in the right direction. And every year our quality of wrestling just increases. There's no question about it. I'm watching, and especially in these youth tournaments, and seeing these kids, the way they're attacking, the way they're shooting, the way they're riding on top, the way they're moving off bottom. They're doing it with skills. And a lot of them, are definitely at a high level. We have some kids that are very high level, and we can compete with anybody. And not only in the youth level, but at the high school level too, as well. I mean, it is just really, we are on the map, and it's exciting to see. And I just think it's going to continue to get better. We got great coaches out there, and overall, we're just in a really good place. Yep. In Arkansas. I mean, at the youth level, at the high school level, we're in a really good place. We're having our first qualifier to get to high school state, because we can't do a high school state tournament anymore because it's too big. Just everybody gets to come in. We have to have a qualifier now. That's a great thing to happen, that we're too big now to just everybody gets in the high school state tournament. So not only at all levels, it's just really getting to where it needs to be, and it's exciting to see, and it's going to continue to grow. One thing about my tournament is we get a lot of kids from out of state that come to my tournament for Battle for the Rock. So our wrestlers in state in Arkansas, they're not going to see the same guys every weekend. They're going to see kids from the Tennessee area, Missouri, Oklahoma. We get a lot of kids, Louisiana. We get a lot of kids that come in from out of state. So I hope everybody comes out this weekend. We plan on putting on a great tournament like we do every year. Our crew of people, this is our 8th year, I believe, of putting this tournament on, or maybe 9th year putting this on. And every year we start on time, we finish on time, and I feel like we run a really, really good tournament, and people walk out of there pleased. So hope everybody loads up and comes to Conway this weekend.
Yeah, we'll have Matt Gear there with our gear. And we'll have some great wrestling. Coach Smith, I am Boone. We thank you guys for joining us this morning. Will you send us out on a I am Boone?
Yeah, I am Boone.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll see you this weekend.
All right. We'll see y'all.